Hello everybody, welcome to Just Upright. My name is Doc Jane Ruder. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm your foreign educated physical therapist guide to US application. I hope you guys are doing great. So what we're going to talk about today, two things. So first, if you watch this before the end of April 2023, I will have a master class, USPT Turbocharge 2.0. Okay, so this is how you're going to accelerate the right way, of course the fast way, on how to apply here to the US as a physical therapist with latest update 2023 updates, okay, from FCCPT, TOEFL, and the step-by-step process so that you will be able to live your dreams to live here and work here as a physical therapist. Okay, so I will put the website for registration down below. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is about the non-cap or exemption, okay, H1b visa. Okay, so there is what we call the cap H1b working visa, and that there is a non-cap or exemption from the cap H1b working visa. Okay, so we're going to talk about it. One of the followers messaged me about it. He's looking for a exemption or non-cap H1b company. So that prompted me to make this video. I will show you my reference, and then we'll go through it, the simple details about it. If you want to read more about it, I'll put the link down below for the reference. Okay, that's coming right up. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is nonprofit or cap-exempt working visa or H1b visa. Okay, so this is my reference, guys, the Visa Nation. So this is the website. If you want to read it, I'm gonna put on the description down below this website. I like this website. This is my go-to website because it's a very user-friendly, reader-friendly. Okay, it's not very technical, and it explains well about different kinds of visa. So if you watch my other visa videos, this is always one of my references. Okay, so let's discuss very simply the difference between the cap versus non-cap or cap-exempt H1b working visa. So the filing date for cap H1b is April 1st every year. Okay, non-cap has any time of the year. Okay, it doesn't matter what time of the year, they can file it anytime. Quota, that's why it says cap H1b, there's a quota, so 65,000 per year. Okay, there's no quota for the non-cap H1b. Lottery is okay, so the cap H1b, so 65,000 per year, guys. Historically, there will be 400,000, 500,000 application. Okay, so that's why they resort into lottery system. Okay, so if you don't get picked this year, try again next year. Okay, so there's no lottery for the non-cap H1b. Okay, the greatest difference for these two is the employer who can petition you under the non-cap H1b. So for cap H1b, these are private companies, private institutions. Okay, for non-cap, in order for you to be petitioned for cap exception, it should be the non-profit institution or organization. Okay, so we're going to discuss that in detail later, the examples of the non-profit institution or organization. So that's why it is more difficult to find the employer because there are very limited numbers of non-profit institution or organization compared to the private companies or institution. What is a non-profit organization? Okay, so according to Visa Nation website, okay, the USCIS defines non-profit research organization as one whose primary purpose is directly contribute to the research or education mission of the institution of higher education. Okay, so the keywords here is research, education. Okay, moreover, it defines governmental organization as United States government entity whose primary mission is performance or promotion of basic research or applied research. Okay, so it's the nonprofit organization is involved in education research studies. Okay, so who is exempt? Okay, so who are the companies that can petition you with cap-exempt, okay, or non-cap working visa? Okay, so institution of higher education, schools, okay, nonprofit research organizations or government research organization, nonprofit organization associated or affiliated with higher education institution. Okay, so these are the companies that can petition a foreign educated physical therapist. Okay, and we're going to see how can you check if the company who's petitioning you is really cap exempt. Okay, so okay, let's move this here. How to get an H1b or cap exempt job. Okay, so the Visa Nation suggested the one of the website. You can use the the Indeed, or you can use ZipRecruiter.com and other job search engines. It suggested the Visa Jobs, My Visa Jobs, okay, which has list of H1b cap exempt employers and how they rank in terms of visa approval rates. Okay, so once you find a job through the website, it is important to go a step further by checking with the employer to double check their cap exempt status. Okay, because they might say they are cap exempt, but truly they are not. Okay, so guidestar.org or idealist.org are other websites that give you the database of many nonprofit organizations, while governmentjobs.com has a list of government agencies that may be willing to sponsor a cap-exempt H1b job. Okay? So next one, what are the advantages, okay, of H1b nonprofit cap-exempt job? Okay? So here are the advantages. The employer can petition at any time and can bypass lottery filing dates. So unlike, the cap H1B, they have to file you by April, then you have to go through the lottery. If you are not picked on the lottery, then try again next time, okay, next year. Okay, this one doesn't have a lottery system. As soon as petition is approved, you can begin working. You can apply even if you don't qualify under annual quota, okay, or annual code, because there's no quota. Work experience can be added to your resume and can transfer your H1B to another employer willing to sponsor you while in the US. Okay? So what is the processing time? So the cap-exempt H1B processing time is a lot faster, okay? So it may vary. On average, the regular processing takes anywhere between 3 to 4 months, okay? While opting for premium processing can shorten your petition's processing to 15 days, okay? And then you can click this link if you want to know about the premium processing. But basically, in order for the processing to be faster, the employer will pay additional $2,500, okay? So be aware that USCIS typically takes extra 2 weeks to mail the paper approval notice, okay? So it's not really like 15 days or 2 weeks, might be a month, okay? The 15 days begin on the day they receive your petition. You will receive one of the following responses depending on their decision. Is it an approval notice? Is it a denial? Is it notice of intent to deny? request for evidence, and investigation for fraud, misrepresentation notice. Okay, so you want, of course, the approval notice. Okay, so H1B cap exempt minimum wage. Okay, so how much like a physical therapist can earn from the non-work the exemption from cap. Okay, an exempt H1B non-immigrant is an H1B worker who meets the following statutory standards: receives $60,000 annual wages, or has attained master's or higher degree or its equivalent in specialty related to intended H1B employment. The $60,000 minimum annual wage is for either full or part-time workers who receive hourly compensation or annual salary. All right, so there you have it, guys. In a nutshell, that is like key points about the cap-exempt working visa. Okay, so the regular working visa, the standard working visa, is the most sought after, but at the same time, the process to go through it is kind of hard because of the lottery system. But with cap-exempt, the challenge is to find a reliable, competent company that is truly non-profit organization, okay, that can petition you. So with my experience, like back in 2008, I was filed, it was not April, it was beyond April. So it was not disclosed to me what kind of company who petitioned me or tried to petition me. But I am thinking it was a non-profit organization. So that's when I was in New York. I had to go back to the Philippines. Unfortunately, I got denied with that working visa. Okay, so and with my previous experience with other agencies and from the colleagues as well, it is not unusual. Meaning there are agencies who uses the name of the nonprofit company to petition a physical therapist without really intending for that physical therapist to work for that nonprofit company. Okay, so that's why there's fraud or misrepresentation because the nonprofit company or organization should be really intending to employ you as a physical therapist, and their name is not just being used in order for a certain agency or employer to get you to work here to the US and then ending up not working for that non-profit organization. So there's a lot of scrutiny and investigation happening. It's very hard to go through the non-profit organization because, again, of the history of fraud and misrepresentation of the organization. Okay, so it's gonna be a challenge, okay, for you to find a nonprofit organization. It exists, but again, it's less common than the private institutions, the private companies that petition someone with a working visa, the regular type, or the EB2 or EB3 visa. Okay, so you can also do the ziprecruiter.com, like what I did. I go through the website, Google it, nonprofit physical therapy jobs. I put the city, for example, New York, and then it gave me the list of information of the company. Make sure to double check if it is really nonprofit organization. Okay, so that before you contact them or while you're emailing them back and forth, be sure that they are really nonprofit organization. And if you, for example, were petitioned by a nonprofit organization, please put a comment down below. Let's share this information to our fellow foreign educated physical therapists so that we can help them as well. I would like to hear your experience. For example, if you had a bad experience with agency, just like me, agency tried to petition you through a nonprofit organization, but it did not work, let me know so I would know I'm not the only one in that journey in the past, so that we can give warning also to our fellow foreign educated physical therapists. Okay, guys, make sure to make a comment down below, like this, so that YouTube will know that this is a very informative video. Share this with someone you know who will benefit from it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. It will really help the channel, boost the channel, and we can reach many more foreign educated physical therapists around the world to empower them. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. As always, until the next video, stay blessed.